Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Jay here and welcome back to 7 Days to Die Alpha 19. It is the morning of day 31 and as you know the last few nights that we've been recording I've been out and about doing the odd jobs, and last night I managed to get a few decent bits of loot. Now you can see that we have got another job ready to go, which means that I have successfully completed one, and let me just show you what I got from the job. We have managed to find ourselves an impact driver schematic, a sniper rifle schematic, which is awesome, another treasure map, haven't had one of those in a while, but more importantly, a level 4 Magnum. Now, we've been collecting Magnum ammo for a little while now, and we are well stocked up on Magnum ammo, so that gives us an extra gun to play around with for Horde Night, and I gotta tell you, we are absolutely going to need them this time around, because I have got quite an ambitious plan for Horde Night. So ambitious, in fact, that I've only got 4 days to build the thing, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get it done in time. So what we're going to do today is we're going to head to see Trader Jen. With it being day 31, I believe the trades will have been reset. I brought all of our money with us so we can look to buy some supplies. Now, the building that I've got in mind is very resource heavy. It means I'm going to need to spend a lot of the next couple of days gathering resources and not doing as many jobs in houses as we have been doing. So what I will say is the next couple of episodes are going to be very build heavy. I am kind of testing out this idea and testing out the idea of having a build heavy episode, something we haven't really done before, just to see how it works. But just so you know, the base itself that I've got the idea for, I've built it in creative mode. It looks really cool. Whether or not it's actually going to be very good for Horde Night, I have no idea, because I am very much purposefully leaving us very exposed. However, I will explain a little bit more as we get to it. Let's see what Jen has for sale first off. Morning, Jen. Always good to see you. So, Secret Stash, have you got anything of interest for us today? Nothing particularly amazing, but that's fine. What I'm actually after is cement, concrete, all that kind of stuff, because we are going to need a lot of that. So, could I get a Magnum extender mod for the shotgun? Magazine extender mod, not Magnum, can't speak today. I'm so distracted by the size of this build that I've got to do that apparently words are failing me. Do you know what? I'll leave that for now, we'll worry about that. I'm fairly certain we can make our own anyway. Compound crossbows, it's alright. Rebar frames, I'm going to buy them. You can build them, but I need those resources and we've got the money. Not going to worry too much. It's about science. It could do with another generator bank, I'll buy that. Thank you very much. And here we go. What's in the resources? The one time I come here and you haven't got a lot of cement, that's quite surprising actually. Nothing else there, and nothing else there. Do you know what? That's fine. We can make that work. We currently have 41,000 coins. That's insane. Right. What I'm going to do first off, I'm going to make a quick stop back at our base just to see what kind of rebar frames we have got. From my calculations that I've done, we're going to need around about 400. Potentially, depending on how big I decide to make this thing. But I have got an idea in mind. I showed it to a friend who thinks it's a bit ridiculous, but in the best possible way, so I'm hoping that that is an indication for you for what to expect from it. But let me just pop back in to my little place here. I'm not 100% certain on what supplies we have got. I know we're going to definitely need more cement, and we are definitely going to need more stone and sand and things like that. But that's all stuff that I can mine. That's not a problem. So let's have a look cement-wise. We have got nearly 2,000 cement, only 500 stone, that's not very much, only 1,000 sand, again not a great deal, and about 420 cement. That's not going to do very well for us at all. What about rebar frames? Nowhere near the amount that we're going to need. Right, okay, let me drop off a couple of things. I'm going to head off to see Trader Bob and see if he's got anything we can buy. If we have time, we'll head off to Trader Hugh. In fact, you know what? I think we'll have to head off to Trader Hugh because we do need to go to the desert and get some sand. So yeah, let's do some trader runs. We've got to see Bob first. Alright, so we've made it to see Bob, and on the way, as I was driving here, I realised that I got my calculations slightly the wrong way around. I need around about 200 rebar frames. It's going to be around about 400 bars that I'm going to need, which I honestly think it might be better if we do it out of wood, just so we can actually save on the resources, because I don't think I have that amount of iron available, but we'll see how we go as we get on. For now, what we're looking for here is, as always, we are looking for an auger, which I feel like we're going to be looking for one of those for the rest of our life. I'm going to make it a thing now to buy whatever books we don't have. Not really too worried about the first aid ones, though. I just mean ones that have progression, like the Volume 5 and stuff like that. And we're also on the lookout for some resources. So what do we have here? We will take all of the concrete mix. We'll take the sand. These are things I'm spending my money on these days. We've got a lot of money, so I don't need to worry about it. Wood I'm not going to bother buying because that's easy enough to come across. Anything else that you have that I want? I'll take the corn because our farm always needs more corn. What else have we got? Don't need any potatoes. We've got plenty of those at the moment. We're going to need to keep an eye out for blade traps as well. We're going to need... Oh, perfect. We need one more after this. There's 3. That's brilliant. Very happy with that. So we only need one more blade trap, which is fantastic. And what else you got? That's not too bad. Not too bad. That's a decent start. So that leaves us with, what, 34,000? We've got plenty of money. We don't need to worry about any of that right now. But one thing I did notice on the way here, because we are going to need a lot of cement, as we've discussed, is we drove past a little house that was kind of similar to the one we went in the other day in the other town, which was, there was just bags of cement everywhere. I believe it's just up here on the right. So I figured I may as well pop in and get this as well. I also think that that is a pile of sand on the outside. Let's have a quick look, because this is all stuff that we are going to need. Is that sand? It is. Right, okay. Let's start taking this kind of stuff down then. And we'll have a look to see what's inside there as well. This it looks very similar to the house we were in the other day, so it makes me wonder if there's going to be a bear at the bottom again, which was the zombie bear that we came across the other day. Oh, there goes... Where's that guy? There he is. What did you drop? Where is it? Ah, it's not too far away. We can look into getting that later. But yeah, I'm going to gather all of this cement. I'm going to gather all the sand. If there's anything interesting in the building, I'll bring you back for it, but I doubt you'll want to watch me doing all this digging. And then off the back of that, we're going to go and see Trader Joel next, because I figured by the time we get to Joel, it's pretty far away. It'll be getting late in the day, and then we can go to Hugh at the very end, because we're going to need to be in the desert during the night anyway to get as much sand as we possibly can. So let me go ahead and dig all this stuff out. What sand have we got there? We just got about an extra 300 sand just from this little pile. That's not a bad little start. And then I will meet you either in the house if there's anything interesting in there, or I'll meet you at Trader Joel's. See you in a little bit. Okay, so there's another bear in here. So I brought you back to see how we deal with the bear. Hopefully this goes well. Oh boy, he was getting some hits in us there. That was not good. Right, we'll worry about him in a minute. What's behind here? Working stiffs. Some food. Take the food first of all. And what is in this crate? Ooh, a level 2 impact driver, some steel tool parts, and a sledgehammer. Very, very happy with that. I don't really know what this steel impact driver does. I'll have to look into it, but anyway, I'll chop this guy up, we'll gather the rest of the materials, and we'll head off to Joel. See you there. So this airdrop was on our way to see Joel, so I figured I may as well grab this while we're here. What have we got from this? Ooh, what's that? Rad remover, schematic, that's cool. Compound bow, ammunition. Not too bad, not too bad. Some of that stuff will actually come in handy. But we've got quite the journey ahead of us today. It's 3:30 already, so I'm hoping that we have time to hit both traders. I think we should, to be fair. And as I say, I do want to end up in the desert tonight so I can gather as much sand as we possibly can. Then I can come back and start putting that sand into the cement mixers that we've got. We've got 2 of them in our base now. They've been there for a little while. I'm not sure if you've noticed them in the background of shots and stuff. I figured we were going to start needing a lot more cement and concrete and stuff, so it just made more sense to build our own while we had all the materials. There's this one that's still at Jen's, but I don't think I've used it for a little while. And for some reason, I never seem to make my life easier and just go across roads. I seem to pick a direction I need to go in and just go in a straight line. Probably massively slows me down. Maybe that's something we need to address at some point. But I'm basically heading southeast so I can go and see Joel. It says it's about 2.5 kilometers away, I think. So hopefully I'll find some flatter terrain than this, because this was a terrible way to come. But never mind. It's just another crazy decision that I've decided to make in this series. But I am genuinely hoping that you do enjoy this series. I've had a lot of fun recording it. I've never really committed to recording a whole Let's Play before. I've done obviously gameplay and stuff like that for a while. I mean, I do this stuff over on Twitch that we talk about quite often. The first series on this channel is The Last of Us Part 2, which I did a complete playthrough of, but that's different. That's got an end game. This is one where it's essentially up to me when I decide to end it or not. And obviously we've done 4 hordes so far. Don't worry, I'm nowhere near finishing the series. I've got a lot more that I would like to do. But what I am thinking is, as we get further into the series, some of the horde bases that we're building are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, which of course require a lot more time. So I'm debating doing one or two things. Either once we've built the day 35 horde base, which is the one that we're going to be building over the next couple of days, then we can either look to start a fresh one for day 42, but I would need to look to maybe extend the days in game, because for day 49 we are planning on doing the maze, and that's going to take a lot of time to build and a lot of resource gathering, so I don't think I'd be able to do that whole thing in 7 days in game, playing an hour in game, so that only gives me 7 hours to build it as well as gathering all the materials. Or we can do the thing where we find one of the first 5 horde bases that we've done after day 35 and have a little vote on which one we use as the sort of to kind of repurpose for another horde night, is what I'm trying to say. So we could maybe look into visiting an old horde base, so the first one for example. The key being that we don't do any additional improvements to it. We use it as it is. So we've got a couple of options. We'll discuss that, I guess, a little bit more over the next few episodes, because we've got time, and obviously we'll see how the day 35 horde turns out. But anyway, I'm going to continue making this journey. I'm going to try and find myself a flatter path, because this is getting ridiculous at this point. And yeah, I'll bring you back if we ever do make it to Joel's. Okay, after that rocky road, we finally made it to Trader Joel. Hopefully the trip was actually worthwhile, because otherwise we've wasted a lot of time getting here, but I assume that he's always going to have something we want to buy. So how you doing, Joel? Good to see you again. What have you got for me today? Let's have a quick look through your secret stash first of all. Okay, nothing in particular that I want there. That's fine. Okay, we'll check everything else. Still need one more blade trap, so we'll keep an eye out for that. We'll take the corn. Always need that corn. And you know what? We'll take the cornmeal as well, purely because you could put it into the blueberry pies. What else we got? Ammo, we're doing okay. Ooh, a level 4 hunting rifle could be good. Focus, Jay. We're not looking at guns today, right? Okay. I will take the gunpowder, though. And finally... was that your resources? Is that it? Right, okay. Let's have a look. Cement. There we are. We'll take that. Concrete mix, 600. We'll take that. And... I think that'll be it. That wasn't too bad. It was definitely worth the trip. We're going to definitely need to use all of this kind of stuff. Right, I'll sell him some of the things I've picked up along the way. I'm never going to use a compound bow, so we can have that. May as well take this leather as well. We've got so much leather back home. You can have that can as well, why not? May as well. And what's that? Testosterone? Has no sell price. Right, fair enough.
I'll come back now.
Certainly will, but right now we need to head to see Trader Hugh. Now the good thing about this is, even if we get there and he's already closed, it's fine, because we can just, where we've been digging is right outside of his little base, so we can just essentially go first thing in the morning. The items that he has won't have replenished by then, so it's not that big of a deal. But I should probably check which direction I'm supposed to be going in, first of all. So we're here, and we need to go Trader Hugh that way. So if I tell you what, how about if I make it onto that main road, and then I'm good to go, aren't I? Right, okay. I'm gonna head to Trader Hugh. I'd imagine he's still going to be open by the time we get there, so we've made a good time today going around all the traders, and then we'll have a night digging, I'd imagine. But anyway, I'll bring you back when we get to Hugh's. Okay, so we made it to Trader Hugh's before closing time, gives us just enough time to browse and see what he has. As I said, we could have popped in the morning if we absolutely had to, but I'd much rather do this now, and then I know what I'm working with during the night. Hey Hugh, you still in a grumpy mood? What have you got for me this time? They never really have anything that I want in terms of weapons, seemingly, at the moment. I will take the hobo stew recipe. That does sound interesting, I'll take that. You can keep the engine, I've got quite a few now, doing alright engine-wise. What was that? Oh, thought it was something else, never mind. Shotgun shells are doing okay. Blade traps, we needed one more. Right, we've got 4 blade traps now, that's perfect. It's one less thing to worry about for the horde. So that's one section of our horde plan complete, which is awesome. Right, what else you got? That's all the resources you've got? Oh, dude. It's a good job we had to come here, otherwise this would have been quite the waste of a journey. But we did have to come here, like I say. We needed to get sand anyway. Hugh, you've disappointed me, my friend. I was expecting more from you.
That's right. Do the math.
Yeah, you'd be doing the math when I don't come here anymore. Right, what's this thing got? Oh, they're the ones you can rent. I was hoping to grab some coffee because I forgot to bring some with us. Does he have a vending machine outside that may have some coffee in it? He does. Only one, but it's not too bad. I'll take the coffee. And what's the skull crushers? Melee damage. Do you know what? I will take those because I wonder if that counts for mining. And is that about it? Right, that's about it. Okay, we've got a long night ahead of us. I'm going to have a quick look at what resources we've got, just so I can see what I can gather in time by the morning. Now, one thing you may or may not know is we had 4 skill points to spend, so I put them all into strength. And now, because of that, when it comes to strength and it comes to mining, we are level 5 on both, giving us... That hasn't happened for a minute, has it? Okay, so we are now the legendary Miner 69er and can find the juicy center of any rock faster than a horny bullfrog. Increase damage by 50% and block damage by 150% with any pick, axe, chainsaw or auger, meaning that we are now the strongest miner in the land, and also we can currently gather up to 100% more from what we are mining, meaning that during the night we should be able to gather quite a lot of resources. The only thing that's going to be an issue swinging this axe and shovel around is going to be stamina, hence the coffee. But at the minute we have 813 sand. I'm hoping that during the night we can get into a few thousand. So I'm going to get mining. Hopefully we don't have any issues with too many zombies. And then yeah, when I bring you back in the morning, hopefully we have so much sand that we never have to come here again for the next couple of days. So wish me luck. We have mined all the way through the night and I am satisfied with the amount of sand that we have gathered. Let me just quickly jump off the bike and show you. So we got 6,600 sand during the course of the night. That also gave us 5,800 clay. We have a bit of wood, quite a bit of stone and a decent amount of concrete. And these are just the things obviously we gathered over the course of yesterday, but we didn't really discuss what was there. So there's 2,321 cement. That is not a bad start at all. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head back home. We're going to take stock of everything we've got. I believe the bars I'm going to be putting on the roof of this thing are going to be made out of wood. So I need to check what our wood levels are like. I believe we've got a decent amount, but to be fair, that's easy enough to harvest. And I believe we're going to need a lot more stone. So I've got quite the journey ahead of me to get back home. Once we get there, we'll weigh up what our sort of situation looks like, and then we're going to take some rebar frames and we'll... Oh my god, it's finally happened. I cannot believe it. Okay, we were driving back from the desert and I got sidetracked by, as I was driving past this place, I seen the corn. So I thought, oh, I'll go ahead and take that corn. Then I came into here, I've opened this working stiffs. There's only an auger inside the damn thing. Oh my god. This is genuinely the biggest thing we've ever found in this game. I cannot believe. I don't even know why I came in here. Like I say, I was coming along this way. You'll even see when I play this footage back, if I'm just riding along here, obviously I'm not talking. I've got nothing to say. And I thought, oh, I'll pop over here and I'll see what the situation is. And then, oh, this garage looks alright. We'll pop in. Goddamn auger. You have no idea how much of an absolute game changer this thing is going to be. It's level 1. I couldn't care less. I'm so happy. That is going to make our mining from now on the simplest it will ever be. Why I came in here, I have no idea, but I'm so glad that So we've made it back home, and we've got a lot of stuff that we need to do now. It's early in the day, so we've got a lot of time. However, let's just quickly take out all of the stone that we have. We'll leave one behind just so I can keep my super ridiculous storage sorted out. We'll take that as well. We'll take the cement. We'll drop one of that off. And I don't think we're going to have enough to make everything we need, but this is a decent start. So let's have a look. Concrete mix. Fell in the hole. Not the best starts. Concrete mix. What can we make? 3,149. Okay, now with us having 2 here, we'll go ahead and split that up. So that's around about 1550 each. Fair enough. We'll do that there, and then do the same in the other one. We may as well just go the full one. 1599. That wasn't too bad maths, really, off the top of my head. So we had 64 in there already, and 3. That's fine. We'll take those. So let's have a look material-wise. We are doing pretty well, actually. We have got quite a lot of concrete on the go now. So concrete, we're not going to need a whole bunch more. We've still got a lot of sand that we can use, so our next priority is stone. So why don't I drop this stuff off? I'll get our inventory sorted out, and then from there, we may as well go and test out our new auger and see how quickly we can pull apart some stone. This just made this whole experience 10 times easier. I cannot overstate how much of a big thing this is. Very, very happy right now. So I've added the diamond tip mod that we crafted specifically for when we found one of these things. All I need to do now is put some gas in it. So let's take out, do you know what, we'll take half because I don't have a clue how much it uses. Let's refill this. We've only got one modification slot on it at the moment, so I can't have the additional tank. But as I did say, we put on that diamond blade mod there, which is awesome. So to test this out, let's see how long it's going to take us to take apart this stone with this thing. So it is currently 8:09 by the time we start this thing, and look at this, look at how much easier this is. This is going to make our entire life 10 times easier. And you know what, I'm going to take apart this entire thing. I'm going to bring you back when it's done. Maybe I'll even speed this all up and time-lapse it, who knows. I'm a little confused as to how to react right now, so let me go ahead and do this, and then yeah, I'll bring you back in a bit. Well, that was a little bit insane. So, we just took down that entire boulder in under half the time it took us to mine around about 6,000 sand last night. Now, obviously, it's very heavy on gasoline, but that's fine, because what we can do is we can head back to the desert at some point and we can just dig up a load of oil shale. Now that we've got that thing, we're going to never need to worry about it again. But more importantly, look at how much stone we got. That is 27,000 stone in around about 4 hours in game time. Now, bear in mind, when I normally start mining on a night, it is around about 10:30, 11, and then we normally stop at around about 4. So if you think, we usually go for about an extra hour and a half in game compared to what we've just done there, and we get at the most 4,000 or 5,000 if we're lucky with a pickaxe, because you're constantly having to stop because of your stamina, and that is insane. That just goes to show you just how invaluable it is to have an auger. But anyway, I'm going to drop this stuff off. I'm going to pick up our rebar frames, and then I'm going to show you what I've got in mind for Horde Night. Okay, so what we are planning on doing is essentially creating a circle. Now, if you've played Minecraft before, you will know that trying to make circles with blocks that are not circular isn't the easiest thing in the world. So what we've done for this particular build is I looked up what this circle looks like in Minecraft, and essentially I'm going to copy the shape because we are working with the same type of blocks. So in terms of the size of the circle, it is 25 in diameter. Now what we're doing at the moment is we're just essentially laying out the first part of the circle. So if you do want to sort of get an idea on what this looks like, I can leave a link in the description for the size sort of generator thing that I used to find the size of the circle that we needed, and then you'll be able to look into building your own if you want. But basically what we're doing at the moment is we are laying out the initial sort of layout. Now there are going to be some adjustments because we are going to need to add some entry points to this thing, and there are going to be 4 of those. Again, we'll discuss that sort of as they go, but I figured I'd try and do this first sort of section on camera, first off to see if I've done it properly, because I've never attempted to build something like this while talking at the same time, and unless you've tried doing that, then it's not as simple as it looks, especially when you're trying to build odd shapes. So I wonder if it's actually going to pan out the way I want it to. If not, it's an easy fix, but still, I am hoping I get it right first time. So let's check. 1, 2, and then finally 1, 2. Perfect. Genuinely impressed with myself that I managed to do that. Okay, so that is our circle shape. Now what we are planning on doing is we're going to have a 3-gap center section here, and that's going to be on all 4 sides. So we'll go ahead and take those extra frames out just so you can see what I'm referring to. So there's that side, and it's 3 again from the middle, so we'll take that. Pick up that stone because it's in the way, but as we've just seen, we don't need stone anytime soon. Anytime soon. That's how much we don't need it. I said it twice. And that is the gaps that we are going to have. Now, in this gap here, it will perfectly fit a blade trap. So we'll have a blade trap here, a blade trap there, a blade trap there, and a blade trap there. What I'm planning on doing is I'm going to build a 3-high wall, as is standard with my builds, and we're going to have a center section here, which is going to be a square of around about 7 by 7. In the middle of that, on the bottom, underneath it, is going to be a generator bank that will attach to the blade traps, and this entire thing is going to be encased with wooden bars. Now, we have to put the pillars in the center. I'd rather not, but because of the way the physics work in this game, you need something to support the bars, otherwise it's all going to come crashing down, and that is never going to be good. Then basically what we're going to do is we are going to be in the middle of this base, and we are going to have to defend all 4 entries with our guns. Now, sounds easy enough, but with only having the 1 blade trap guarding the doors, a lot of zombies can easily get past those. There's going to be no bars in the center for us to hide behind, so a lot of this Horde Night is essentially going to be relying on how good we are with a gun, and there's going to be a lot of moving around, because normally, as you know, we stand behind some bars, or at least a sort of area that we've assumed will be safe enough, and hope for the best, and hope they don't break through. there isn't even going to be an option of them breaking through this time because there's going to be nowhere to break through. So what they're going to do is they're going to run through these blades. They'll probably get chopped up a little bit and hopefully it'll kill some of them. But if not, they're going to get straight in and then they get straight to me. You've seen how fast these guys run at night, so we need to make sure that we are actually on point with our aim because they're going to be coming in from 4 entries. And I'm not so sure that we're going to survive this one. Just to show you, we are still, as always, on 0 deaths. The enemy count is 1,665 at the minute. I'll try my best to keep an eye on that before we do go on to face the Horde. But that is basically what this thing is going to look like. So, going to take this up 2 more blocks. Put the central column in. And then from there, we need to have a lot of wooden bars. I used iron bars in the creative world purely because you don't need to worry about resources. But I ended up using around about 400 bars. And I don't know if it will show you how many bars are needed. How many materials are needed. So what's that? 117 iron per bar. And we're looking at around about 400 of them. We have not got that kind of iron. Granted, we've got the auger now. I still don't think we would physically have the time to craft that many iron bars between now and 3 days' time when this thing needs to be built. So I've got a lot of building to do. I'm going to try and clear out this area here. I'm going to put some wooden plates down on the floor. Just to make it look a bit nicer, because the way it looks right now, it drives me insane and I can't handle the way it looks right now. So I'll go ahead and I'll place all 3 rows of these rebar frames, so then you'll get a better look at what it looks like, and then I'll bring you back when that's done. So that's all 3 walls built up, so we've still got rebar frames left over, which is awesome because I'm going to need to mark out an area in the center, which I believe needs to be 7 wide. So just so I can work out where the center is, the width of this circle is 25, so I need to find the 13th block. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is that right? 12 and 12, 13 would be the middle. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? That makes sense. Okay, so the reason I did that is so that I can work out, working out from that square where the platform needs to be. So in theory, if we just kind of do this, that makes it a 3 by 3, I think. Is that right? Yep, that's 3 by 3. That'll make it 5. And then I think we need to go 1 more to make it 7. Right, that looks about right. Okay, let me get this bit done and then I'll bring you back just to confirm I think that we've done it properly. Alright, so we've put the pillars in and I've also went ahead and put in some wooden bars just to give you an idea of what to expect. Now, I had to make sure we had the right gaps so that the bars had something to be supported by, and it looks like we've made the right size, which is always a good sign. Now, what I am going to do to make this a little nicer, as I said, is I'm going to dig out this 7x7 area. I'm going to put another rebar frame underneath just to give it that added support. And then in the center, which I should have left the block down for now that I think about it, it's going to be there. Is that right? That looks about right, doesn't it? That is going to be where the trapdoor will be that will have the generator bank. So, lots still to do. And as I say, we've got so much we need to craft, so much we need to actually make. I've been using the wood I had on me to make the wooden bars to kind of give you an example of what this is, but we're going to need a lot more wooden bars than this, and there's going to be so much actual placement of concrete that needs to be done that this thing is going to be insane. So I've got a lot of mining to do, and this has been a very, very productive episode. This just gives you an idea of what the thing is going to look like. We're going to put 4 lights in here as well at some point, so we can actually light the place up, and then obviously we'll bring in the blade traps towards the end. But that is going to be all I've got time for today. This has been a fantastic day in 7 Days to Die. We managed to get ourselves the best thing in the game, in my opinion, which is the auger, which, as you've already seen, is already paying dividends. I'm so happy we've got that, and we have made a start on the biggest base I've ever done in this game. That's not just in this series, that's in general. I've never attempted anything like this before, and to be honest, I'm curious to see how it goes, because we've set ourselves that target of the maze on day 49, which I believe at some point I will be bringing in someone to kind of help us out with that. Don't hold your breath as to when it's going to be. I don't know if he's going to be here to help out during the build, or if he's just going to be for Horde Night, but I'm definitely going to have someone with me on Horde Night. So there's a lot to look forward to in the series. We've got plenty more to do. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, you know what to do by now. Hit the like. If you're not subscribed already, please do so. It really does help out, and I do want to try and grow this channel as best I possibly can. As you know, I do stream over on Twitch 3 nights a week, Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. Currently playing Resident Evil 2, which has been a lot of fun. And on Fridays, we always do our challenge streams, which usually involve me getting drunk and being scared. Always a good laugh. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.